Hey there, Bloomers and friends. Rev Kev coming to you from the Bloom office, and we are getting ready for Bloom Tones as is typical, and then Bible Bites after that. I'm looking forward to spending some more time today with Bloom folks, and it's good to spend a little time with you today. One of the things that this experience gives me is that I hope you don't mind, but I show up at your place every time you click on BloomTube and open up the file and have me be able to begin talking with you. Showing up is really the very most fundamental meaning of the big-time Christian word incarnation. So many times if you had a confirmation class or you listened to an Advent or Christmas sermon along the way, you probably heard the word incarnation when they talk about the fact that Jesus Christ was God incarnate in human form, basically occupying the human form, basically showing up. And so I remember a seminary professor of mine back in the 1970s in Dayton, Ohio, and he was the professor that was in charge of all of the Christian education program classes, and he basically said that he understood that the main message of Christianity is that you got to show up. So, incarnation is showing up. If we're going to basically be the incarnation of our faith in various places, it happens when we show up, and I like to add to it that we show up with love. In our congregation, what's important is that people show up. We are basically going to be incarnate in the community when people show up. So there's many ways that can happen. We're talking about ways to do that even in the next few weeks with the Pride Parade coming up, with the Vigil against bullying. We're talking about it in the months to come with Spring Fling and other kinds of activities that are going on. But in order to do those, we need to have people show up ahead of time in order to make it work. So one of the people in our congregation, or probably the main person in our congregation right now trying to get people to show up, is your moderator, John DiNapoli. And John has a whole list, a chart of kinds of things that are activities that are on our critical path between now and the end of the year. And he's basically asking people to sign up in various places to be able to help out with one or two of the tasks that are on that big sheet. So I'm hoping that you will ask John about that sheet next time you see him, or you'll look for it when you come to the office, or snowbirds, when you return, you'll say, hey, where's that sheet that John has created? And you can basically put your name in one of the slots for the time that you're here during the season. When we show up, we be the church. And when we show up, we are living out our faith in physical ways as well as the spiritual ways that we all like to talk about so much. So I know I've said show up a lot in this particular BloomTube, so I hope that you would know that if this was Sesame Street, show up would be the word for the day. Hope to see you on Sunday. If we can't see you, I hope that you will pray for us and that you'll be with us in spirit. We'll talk to you next time.